That's not tech. Let's get started. What's up, guys? If you are a regular viewer of my channel, you know that I typically put up videos having to do with technology, computers, server builds, that kind of thing. But this go around I wanted to try something a little bit different. What we're looking at is a pair of adjustable weights from a company called PowerBlock, and these happen to be the model name for these are the U90 Stage 1s. Alright, so why make a video about these? Well, there's a couple of reasons why. Number one, I kind of wanted to test the waters a little bit and see if this is something that you guys might be interested in. But also, I think that being healthy is really important, and I think just because you might be into tech or you might consider yourself a geek or a nerd like I do, that doesn't mean that you need to be unhealthy. So I am getting into a little bit more serious exercising, and I needed some adjustable weights, or I needed weights, and I decided to get some adjustable weights, and I decided on these. The other part of the other reason really why I wanted to make this particular video is that I haven't really seen a really good video about these adjustable weights. The ones that I've seen so far are like really grainy or just really not good. Even the ones that the video that is made by the company PowerBlock is not that great. So I figured I'd take the time. I've got some good lighting, and I'll make a video and I'll show you what these things are all about. So I've taken one of the power blocks and I've kind of put it in pieces so that I can show you how this all works. Now this centerpiece here accounts for 10 pounds total. There are some additional weights that are on the inside of this thing that you can take out, so you can adjust it down to 5 pounds. Which is just this white box here in the handle, if you take out both of the weights, and I'll show you that in a second. And then each one of those weights is 2.5 pounds, so you can go 5, 7.5, or 10 for the center section. Now this lever up on the top is how you remove the weights on the bottom, and you can see that this metal plate here rotates with that lever. And there's two closed positions and one open in the middle, and if you want to get those weights out, you stick it to the open side, and then you get these stainless steel slugs that are each 2.5 pounds. And on the front side here, you've got the I guess the cavities where you stick these in. Okay. Now this piece here, this I've actually removed from the weights over here. There's a little bungee that holds that in place, so that's easy to put back. This little selector tool, or indexer might be a good word for it, is how you pick the weight that you want. Now on the bottom here we have the different colors that indicate the weights, the weight size that you're choosing. And then if I turn this up just a bit, you see you've got all these like ridges right here. Now that lets you take your selector and these follow those, and then help you pick the weights based on the one that you want. This center section here, these two bars here are padded, and the bar or the handle in the middle has like a rubber grip around it, and it's got a little bit of a contour right here. Not very severe. I've seen some dumbbells and some free weights that have like a really severe bump in the middle for ergonomics, but you know, for me this feels right as far as it being comfortable. On the front side we've got some what appear to be like some just maintenance screws or whatever, I guess, if you need to take this apart for somehow. And then on the bottom there's a piece of metal here. This is solid, so that's what's giving you your weight in addition to the plastic. And then on the other side, what I just showed you, so the metal slugs here. And then if I play around with this lever, you can see that there's these metal pieces here that prevent these from falling out when it's in the closed position. So let's pick some weights here. So like I mentioned before, this metal section or middle section on its own is 10 pounds with those two metal slugs in it. And the selector here, now this will have to be attached here for safety, but just for ease of display, I guess I took it off. And you pick the color that corresponds to the weight that you want to pick. Now in my case, because I've selected the black, that's going to give me 20 pounds. Each one of these plates are 10 pounds on their own, plus the 10 that's in the middle section, and you get 20 pounds total. So I can lift these out and you can see that the weight comes with it. And then if I just progress, this is going to be a little bit harder from behind the camera, but you see that 2 of the plates are selected and that 3rd one stays, and so on. Now this particular set, and one of the reasons why I really like this particular set here, is expandable up to 90 pounds. There's actually 2 additional weight packs or additional packs that you can get for this. So this one, as is, goes up to 50 pounds total, so the green corresponding to the green here. And you can buy an add-on pack that gets you up to 70, and that's the stage 2 something pack. I think it's the expander or whatever. And then there's a stage 3 that gets you all the way up to 90. And of course those will just the weights will be like this. This will sit into the expander, and then you'll have more colors here that correspond to the weights that you want. Here's an explanation on how this chart works. The middle section here with both of those metal slugs works out to be 10 pounds, and each weight that you select is an additional 10. So if I've got both metal slugs in, 10 pounds in the middle, I'm going to be looking at this bottom row here. So I start out with 10. If I select the black section, I'm going to have 20, and then 30, 40, and 50, and so on. If I take one of those slugs out, then the middle section becomes 7.5 pounds, and then I use this middle row of numbers to tell me how much weight I'm going to be selecting. And then if I take both of them out, the middle works out to be 5 pounds, and then I'm using the top row here. Let's take a look at the weights in a little bit more detail. So this is the first one in the series here. These are 10 pounds a piece. I've got a nice like urethane or plastic covering on the outside, the PowerBlock World's Best Dumbbell logo stickered here, and there's a couple of Allen key screws that we wouldn't be doing anything with, but you've got that there. And these bars are have to have some kind of metal in it because of that the magnet that will stick to it, but these are covered as well, and there is some flex here. Now I wouldn't stress these a lot, but I think having some give in this is probably a good thing, especially if you're going to be working out and changing the weights quickly, and there's going to be a lot of movement here when you do that. So having some flex in there is probably a really good thing. Now like I said, these are 10 pounds a piece, and you can kind of see on the top here these little tabs here that correspond to the bars. Each one that gets progressively lower, and that's how you can step up and pick the different kind of weight. So you can see if I put this here and then drag this forward and push it up, you can see the different steps here, but they're all 10 pounds each, and they feel super solid. They don't feel cheap at all, so I think these are going to work out really well. This middle section here is reversible, so it doesn't really matter what direction you put it in, so it will work that way or that way, and then the selector works the same way regardless I should say of which direction this guy is in. So that's a nice feature. And just overall, there's not a lot of moving parts, and that's a really big reason why I decided to go with these power blocks instead of something like the Bowflex Select Tech weights. That just seems like there's so many moving parts in that thing, and things that can just go wrong or just not work right overall. This is really simple. It just you pick the weight that you want, you slide this indexer in, and then away you go. I thought this might be a good angle to show you how the little indexer or selector or whatever we're calling this thing, how this works. So you can see the different colors corresponding to the weights that you want to pick, and then these notches, at least the ones down here, are for the expandable packs that are going to go over here. And the selector comes out, and all you do is pick the one that you want, slide it down, and then take the weight out. Now this is really easy. That magnet makes sure that this is not going to come out when you're working out. One thing that you need to be mindful of is that you don't do something, you know, like that, which is easy to do. That might be the only drawback I see with this, but you know, if you just take a second and just realize that you're putting these correctly, then you should be fine. Let's do a little bit of a size comparison. So here are the PowerBlocks, and underneath is one of these hex-shaped weights. This happens to be 15 pounds, obviously. So if we take the tape measure, this is about 12 inches, give or take, a little bit more than 12 inches. This weight down here is more like 10 and change. And you can see that these aren't that much bigger, at least lengthwise. If I move this out the way and roll over this guy, now these are some cast iron weights, and these adjustable ones that you can screw in here. And these are actually lengthwise happen to be a little bit bigger than this guy. So this is 20 pounds, and this is about 13, 14 inches, something like that. So at least from the width way, these are actually a little bit more compact, and that's one of the reasons why, one of the many reasons why I wanted to get this particular guy, because it just wasn't very large, and it's going to take up not a ton of space on in my little workout area. Alright guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up the video here. I'm really interested in what you guys think. Leave me a comment below. I know this is a little bit outside of my comfort zone as far as what we do on the channel, but let me know if you want to see more of this. Not necessarily like weightlifting workout type stuff, but just non-tech stuff. Let me know. Like I said, I'm really interested. You know, as far as the PowerBlocks go, I'm really excited to get going on using these in some of the workouts that I'm going to be doing. I think these are going to work out really well. Now, for people who are watching this because they wanted to see PowerBlocks, I'm hoping I did you guys a little justice here. A lot of the videos that I've seen, like I said, are, you know, not great, I guess. So hopefully this will help you guys make a decision on wanting to get something like this. They're not cheap. There's about $400, but if you break this down from trying to replicate this with free weights, you know, you're going to save a lot of money doing it that way. So thank you guys so much for checking the video out. Like, share, subscribe, comment for sure. And that's it, guys. Check out the description also for places where I'm at. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.